Hi guys. Just a few more thoughts from me. I've just discovered another guy, um, James Tunney, very interesting bloke. He's done some interviews on the Gnostic radio, or whatever it's called, and with um, oh God, what is it? James Mishlove, the professor of psychology. Very thought-provoking guy. I just want to share some of my observations here. It's becoming more and more clear for me personally, because it's almost daily being demonstrated to me that we're living in a mystical, magical reality, right? Where our thoughts are really, really important, and our emotions in conjunction with those thoughts, because our thoughts create our actions in the end. But there's more to it. It's proven that when you look at a scene, at a photograph or whatever, right, and your conscious mind, your alert mind, your neocortex, if you like, perceives, focuses just on certain details. Your subconscious mind gets the whole picture in such vast detail, it's unimaginable. The amount of data that is being processed by us, through us, is unimaginable. It really is. I remember somebody actually pointed this out years ago. I watched this video where, they were remarking on the fact of how much data is being processed by us. Now, a few days ago, and I'm putting things to the test now. I'm watching my thoughts very carefully, and I'm finding it hard to control them when I'm so overwhelmed with the attack that we're under. Because we are as a species, make no mistake, we are under great attack, and we are in great danger. And if you listen to this guy that I just suggested you find, you will understand it's really dire, right? And which, there's a lot of spiritual people who kind of sissify all of that and nullify it, and they realize that we're all one, and that they perceive themselves as God and blah blah blah, and they actually become very self-centered, and they focus on healing themselves, and they say, well, if I heal myself, I heal the world and all of that. But we got to be really careful here, guys. We have to be careful of how we use our mind, and what we use our imagination for, and how we dream this world, because we are in a kind of dream here, in a dream state, and we are dreaming this dream together. And they have found ways to manipulate our collective dream world, so to speak, with the movies that were being shown, with the books that we read, in the school system. Our subconscious mind is literally being programmed to accept the program, right? And it's been finely tuned and built over centuries, this thing. Now, to come back to the little bit of proof that I want to give you that this is the case, and that our subconscious minds are incredibly powerful. So a few days ago, I lost my little worry ring here that I wear all the time. I've lost a bit of weight, so this thing's become very slippery, and it sometimes towards the evening, or particularly when I'm cold and my blood vessels restrict, it literally just drops off my fingers occasionally, right? But usually I notice straight away. Well, that evening, I was sort of rushing around and didn't really notice. Went to have a shower, and all of a sudden, as I'm drying my hair, I realized my ring is gone. And initially I was absolutely convinced I'd lost it in the bathroom, having a shower. I tried to have my other ring. I see, does it fit down the plug hole? No, it doesn't. Can't flush it down there. And then I imagined I'd heard a ringing sound as something dropped. I looked everywhere and couldn't find it. Went absolutely doolally, kept speaking to myself. I really like this ring. This ring means a lot to me. It helps me relax because I fiddle with it. And went outside with a torch and looked everywhere I'd been. And then suddenly I came back to myself. I took a deep breath and I sort of spoke to myself and I said to my subconscious mind, and I addressed it as such, subconscious mind, you know exactly where that thing is because you felt the second it slipped off your finger, you noticed it, because my body notices everything, everything, all the time, non-stop. And I just took this deep breath and sighed and relaxed, and I said, you're going to lead me to it instantly now. And lo and behold, as I'm walking back into the kitchen, so I was outside with my torch, I walked back into the kitchen, I put my torch down, I locked the front door, and I got drawn towards the sink. And I put my hand into, I have like a plastic bowl where I wash my dishes. I put my hand into the plastic bowl and there it is, there's my ring. I had this with numerous things of late where I've misplaced something and I did the same routine. I spoke to my subconscious mind, I relaxed, and lo and behold, I found him almost instantly afterwards. So what's going on, right? A couple of days ago, I'm texting my son because, you know, I have this constant to do here with the fox and the chickens and all that shit. And I said to him, well, you know, the thing that I always worry about is that my dog takes chase off if I don't rush out, because I'm constantly, if the chickens are out, I'm constantly getting doggy barks when the chickens squawk, and in and out of the house totally all the time, right? 15 times a day sort of thing, if I'm inside trying to eat something or whatever. So today, again, kerfuffle outside, I let my dog out, I think nothing of it, I'm just doing a few little things in the house, and I pick up my different glasses because I can't see with these, I have to have these glasses for outside, so I pick up, go outside, my dog's gone, chasing off after a fox. Now I'll be damned. And I had instances like this before in the past where I had difficulties with a horse, and I envisaged, I went into this dreamlike state, relaxed in my mind, and I envisaged a solution as to how I would deal with that particular problem. And next day, boom, there we go, he does it. I react how I envisaged in the dream, and I solved the problem. I did that as a child a lot when I was playing volleyball. I used to love volleyball. I used to play 10 hours a week, right? I was obsessed with it. And every time I had made a mistake, I would replay that mistake in my mind and correct it. And I improved in that game so fast. It was, you know, incredible. So we have that ability now. Once you know that, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to envisage and dream for the collective? Because if we have that power, people, and we can see the approaching juggernaut, what are we going to do with that power? What will you dream for the collective? Because again, like a lot of, I see everybody on this spiritual path and they completely, I know it's hard to cope with all the shit that we're facing, but they're just turning in on themselves, their own private lives. You know, half the people that read never, all they can think of is a manifest, you know, this, that, the other, and nobody really looks at the big elephant in the room, the big juggernaut coming for humankind, and what are you envisaging there? What world are you helping to dream, to bring about? Like, how can we defeat this enemy that is so organized? and that has organized people into their service, telling them they're doing one thing when in actual fact they're doing damage. Watch, find James Tunney, I think Tunney it was, whatever I said at the beginning, and start listening to a few of his talks. The one with James Mishloff, the one on Aeon Gnostic Byte, and do a few experiments in your daily life. Observe your thoughts and observe what happens in your reality shortly after you think a thing. Try doing that for a while and see if you see that, you know, whatever thoughts you drop into your unconscious mind, which is connected with everything, which is so far more powerful than your alert, you know, hippocampus, your thinking mind, and see what comes at you in reality as a result of what thoughts you're dropping throughout the day. That's my thought of the day.